Welcome back to U.S. Farm Report this weekend. Well, Brian Grady and Chip Nellinger joining us on the show to talk about the markets. All right, last week, analysts on the show told Michelle Rook that the latest USDA crop production report, that it was really a game changer for the markets. We've now seen how the markets reacted. How long do you think that the markets will keep trading those revisions from USDA last week, Brian?
Well, it's a game changer, especially for the corn market, because now we're borderline tight in terms of ending stocks of what's projected. The stocks to use ratio went from above average to now average and borderline sub average. And so that does change the script some. I think the key moving forward is going to be money flow. We saw a lot of money flow out of huge short positions at the end of 2024, and now they're building length as we move into 2025. And so the fund money flow is going to be critical here.
Yeah, Chip, I mean, we know a lot of farmers sold possibly corn on Monday, also last Friday, also Tuesday. We've seen a lot of corn get sold with this rally. Do you think that there's a lot left?
I do think there's a lot left. I think farmers, rightfully so, especially the areas that were blessed with record yields. It's kind of a windfall since the USDA report and the cut in yields and carryout. So I do think farmers rewarded it very strongly. Probably more movement since the report day than there was even, in the gut of harvest. I do think that we've kind of digested most of that bullish report. I think it boils down now to what Brian said: money flow. Funds are long 300,000 plus contracts of corn. So I think that they're a long way towards digesting that. And it probably boils down to rainfall and weather to end the season in both Brazil and Argentina, and then what that second crop corn season looks like for Brazil in the next couple of 3-4 months ahead.
Yeah, and we saw CONAB come out with some revisions. They actually raised their estimate, but they're still below a lot of estimates out there. We saw Michael Cordonier make some changes. So as we see these changes, no matter how minor they are, come out of Brazil and out of Argentina, do you think that the market is paying attention to that?
I think they definitely are paying attention to the weather forecast. I mean, you can see that when they take the rain out and there's no rain in the forecast, 100-degree temperatures in Argentina, the market rallies sharply, led by beans. And then here mid to late week, they've added some rain back, and you're seeing a correction in the bean market. So I think they're very much focused on Argentina, especially. I think Brazil's a record crop. Is it 165? Is it 170? It's still going to be a massive crop in Brazil, but they're very focused and highly attuned to the rainfall over the next couple of weeks in Argentina, in my opinion.
Yep, Brian, Chip mentioned it. It is still a massive crop in Brazil. Do farmers need to keep that in mind?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that that's kind of a foregone conclusion at this point in time. The question is crop quality coming out of central Brazil, because if it continues to rain, if that persists for another couple of weeks, the crop quality is going to be hurt even more. And that may become an issue, but size of the crop is huge in Brazil. Keep in mind, on the corn side of things, about 3/4 of Brazil's corn production is safrinha. So that's planted after the soybean harvest. And so a lot of the corn crop production in Brazil is yet to be told. We haven't even gotten to that planting season yet.
Yeah, keeping an eye on that safrinha corn crop. Okay, Brian, real quick, do you think $5 corn is in the cards again?
I do, as long as the funds continue to buy, and I think that that's the critical thing. We'll see pauses in here as the farmer sells, but if the funds continue to pump money into the long side of the market, it'll be just the exact opposite of what we saw in 2024 when they built a record short position.
Chip, do you think $5 corn is in the cards again?
I think March futures probably not. Potentially May. I could see the July. I think it comes down to what Brian said earlier. The second crop corn in Brazil is critical to the tightness of the world carryout in corn. So if they have a big crop on a lot of acres, it probably caps us. If they have any threat or perceived threat, you could easily see $5. But in my opinion, it's a bet on that weather during the second crop corn season in Brazil.
Well, as Trump is set to take office, what impact could tariffs have? Plus, we need to get into the feeder cattle market. We'll do all of that right after the break.